Good morning. As you can see, I did not post any videos this weekend. I was busy. Was I? Yeah. Saturday, well, let's start back. Friday, I literally filmed a video. It's ready to go. I didn't end the video. I said, I'll be back, and I never came back. So today, I'm going to have to do a screen record of the spread and in the video because I'm posting the video today. And then Saturday, I had a cohort class because I'm trying to become national board certified. What that means is whatever year, if you do a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, everything's due, but like when school starts again, because you start off in like August, September, I don't know, something like that. And then when you submit everything like that May, you'll get whatever year you choose to do. I'm on a 3 year. I was on a 2, girl. We didn't push it to 3. So when I submit everything year 3 by May, get your scores by October, you'll get a $5,000 bonus in January. So that's why we're doing it. Then you'll get a bonus every January. I don't know if it's $1,500 or $3,000. I thought it was $3,000, but I don't know. But even $1,500 every January 15th with your check, you'll get another bonus. And I think your check goes up like you have a master's, which is 2 or 3%. So we're doing it for the money. But it's 4 components with a $75 registration fee, $480 or $90 for every component, and which is 4 components, which you'll get paid. You'll get that back once you become certified. It's 3 papers and 1 test, and they're 12-page papers a piece, and they not the standard written English paper. It's like I did this because, like you're allowed to use it because multiple times, or this was done based on this research. Like it's nothing about your opinion. So the first component is a test. The second component is you take 2 samples of 2 different students' work, and then you write the paper about what they did, what they learned, why did you do it, how did you develop these assignments, da 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 da. Then the third one, you have to video yourself teaching your class for 15 straight minutes with no interruptions, which means you film your whole class, but you got to have a 15-minute segment with no interruptions. And then you got to write. The boy with the red shirt had his head down, but I asked him 3 times to put it up. He's sick. Whatever. I got to explain everything that you see in the video for 15 minutes. And then the fourth one is a reflection of my teaching style, assessments, community involvement. They really big on community involvement. And as what is it? Parents of high school students, they not involved and they don't show up, especially inner city. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. So I got a new idea. I'm going to be taking pictures of my students and sending them to my parents this semester, because I got to have proof that I'm doing community involvement, and you can track it for 2 years. So I'm going to be sending pictures to my family members, keeping data on that. If there's any response, are they starting to do it? And you know they're not going to respond at first. Hi, I'm your kid's math teacher. So what? That's how they feel. We don't like education. What do we go to where we don't like education? Like, education is still important. Let me explain education to you. It's not about Algebra 1. It's not about whether you believe in the education system is educating your child. One is discipline, okay? We're teaching our children to be disciplined. Look at the overarching picture, okay? School is what you get out of it. And I didn't know that when I was going to school, okay? It's being disciplined. It's being that you can be the job, even college. They're saying that you can stick with something and complete it. You know what I mean? That's the things that you're looking at. You're trying to make sure that these students are capable, because look at all the high school dropout rate. I mean, you got a 20% dropout rate. Kids is not finishing. They're not dedicated. The family got issues. So why would we hire you? I know that sounds horrible, but ain't nobody hiring you with all these issues that you got. And I was raised this way, so let's be clear. My mama told me, when you go into school, you leave your problems at home and you pick them up when you get home. You don't take that stuff into your work. See, we come back from the 60s and the 70s, and we came back as African Americans who couldn't go to school. My mother went to an all-black school, segregated. And they didn't integrate schools until she was in high school. So I'm still close to what the people went through in segregation, because I have people that lived it. So school, when you couldn't go, and I know people have heard this, oh, we hear this, and we know they're taking, diversity and all that stuff out of the workplace. I'm not here to talk about that. I could care less, honestly, because I serve a God, and then sometimes I think we get too caught up in it, because God is the ultimately who's going to determine what we are and what we do, and all blessings come from Him, right? So I don't worry about that kind of stuff, and that doesn't bother me one bit. Anything Trump do don't bother me. It's comical, I look at it, and people don't look at stuff like that. And people laugh at me because I'm a little different. I'm probably a little touched, but he don't bother me. I can wait 4 years. My co-worker, shout out to Miss Brown, taught me a long time ago when I was complaining about a principal. She said, girl, we'll be here a lot longer than they will. Just wait them out. They ain't gonna last. And they do. And think about a president. We can outweigh Trump. We built for that. Just put your gear on and just be ready to fight, because we just gonna have to hold it down until we get some relief. You boxing, right? We fighting, so we just gonna have to hold this down until we get some relief. That's it. You ain't gonna worry about what's going on in the world. We ain't worried about what Trump doing. Laugh at him. If you laugh more than you cry and complain, life will be so much more fun. And I didn't know that all the time, girl. Take it from a 53-year-old woman that I'm trying to laugh more than I cry. I cried too much in my youth. I cried too much raising my children. I cried too much. And so there's a song that said, I cried my last tear yesterday over this BS. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about the world. And you can't be worried about the world. Whether you believe in God or not, you can't be worried about what Trump do. You will outlast him. Okay? And the things that he do could be fixed. We outlasted slavery. We outlasted segregation. We outlasted it all. So us being able to strive and move forward, put your big girl panties on, girl. We got this. So I don't even know why I came on here to talk about that mess. But anyway, back to my parents. So I went to my National Board Certified Teacher meeting. I have to write a paper, so I'm doing component 2. I have 2 assessments of 2 different students, and it was really weird because one student did the easy part, which were writing equations. I'm not gonna call it easy. He could write equations, but he couldn't apply to data analysis and analyzing data. He couldn't apply what he learned. He just knew how to write equations, which was mechanical, right? He just could. But the girl couldn't. She got the equations wrong, but she understood the concepts. She's an avid reader too, and I wonder if that makes any difference. But she was able to apply the concept to it, and you didn't have to solve equations to do that. What do I mean? We were analyzing graphs, like if students' screen time affect their grades. So you was able to see if that's a positive or a negative correlation. You was able to see that the trend is going down. Scat applied. She was able to define all the terms. And yeah, so I'm going to be using those 2 assignments to analyze their work. I'm going to give them an extension assignment that I can use to help formulate my thesis and stuff, what they need to work on, what I need to do better. So I did that all day Saturday. So of course when I came home I didn't want to do anything because that's draining. And then Sunday I had to wash and do my hair. My student hooked a girl up. I've never had this hairstyle before. I've had cornrows before. I've had box braids, but I never had them. And I said, girl, we're going to try something different. So I got my hair done, and then I was watching Night Shift. I think is the name of the movie on Netflix with her. But I had seen that, and I came home to finish watching season 2 because I hadn't seen season 2. Girl, why didn't I cut my Netflix on? Remember I told you I was getting my subscriptions, so I couldn't watch it. I did not. Normally, your girl would have went ahead and paid the $7.99 and started. I was like, nope. So we went and we watched. Started off with Law and Order, but I didn't want to see that. And then I started watching The Housewives of Potomac Mills, catching up on that series. I did watch Special Forces, where a few celebrities was it 16 of them, including Cam Newton, if you know football. He's on that show on Hulu because I didn't cancel my Hulu. And Hulu tricked me. Remember I told you they gave me a $2.99 special? Girl, no, they charged me $9.99. They getting canceled too because I told them, I don't know, they just tricked me. They said, would you like to, continue your subscription for $2.99? I said yes. And then they gave me a bill, and it's too late. I paid it. So they getting canceled. I'm canceling all subscriptions till March because I'm trying to get my life together. All right, so I like that Special Forces series because it was challenging their mind. It wasn't about the physical, but some of the things they had to do, like if you have a fear of water, if you have a fear of heights, you had to get up and do it even if you failed the mission. And I haven't finished the series because I guess I'm caught up. I thought it was like going to be already done, but I guess they putting out episodes, so they haven't finished. I don't know what happened and who they picked, but they're looking at their character, they're looking at their resilience, stuff like that. So that's interesting. So once I did that, then I was like, Lynn, you got to finish your Bible studies. You got to do this. So I went in my room because I was watching TV in the living room. I went in my room. I got my husband. That's a big pillow. I call it my husband. Don't they call that one with the arms? I put that behind me. Finished watching Potomac Housewives, and I actually got through all my spreads that I had been letting linger in. And that's just like prayers and scripture ones, stuff like that. My weeklies and dailies, I keep up on them pretty much. So I got all of that done. Can't wait to show you when I get to work. But yeah, so with the community piece, I told you I was going to take pictures of my students and send them to their parents. But I'm also going to try something where I'm going to send my parents, because today my students will fill out a contact sheet. I'm going to get all their contact sheets, cell phone numbers for the parent, and I'm going to send them extra credit, but not to the kids. I was like, hi, I'm trying out something new. I want parent involvement. I'll get Chat to write it up real quick. I'll be sending you extra credit to you to give to your students. So that is revolutionary. And I got it from my daddy. So my dad is the city councilman in Georgia for Marietta, and he did a big initiative for reading, and he said he tells the story of how he didn't want me to be a teacher. He wanted me to be technical sales is what he wanted me to be in, because I had an engineering degree as a female, but you would travel, and technical sales means I would sell the equipment for different industries and be all over the country. It was probably traveling. Nobody wanted to do that. I told Daddy, no, I don't even like traveling. I couldn't even imagine that being my life. But he said that they were going to do an initiative for reading, because if you don't read by 3rd grade, so up until 3rd grade you learn how to read, right? But starting 4th grade, you're reading for other content, for understanding and things of that nature. You're using reading more. You're not reading. You should learn to read by 3rd grade, whatever. So they're going to be sending parents stuff to work with their kids, like little assignments and stuff through this program, and they'll be getting like monthly ideas to do things with your kids as toddlers and on up. And he's really excited about it. I was like, you know what? Well, maybe I could send things to my parents to do more community involvement. Hey, to this week we're working on X, Y, this. This is the prerequisite. Please have your child work these few problems. Let's see how it goes. Your child didn't work those few problems. Here's a few more. Your child did a great job on those problems. Here's a few more. So I don't know if I know I won't be sending it out daily, but maybe weekly. I'm going to be sending them stuff individually. So that's a task that I'll be taking on. And that brings you to my conclusion that I really did take on too much trying to start an Etsy shop, trying to be national board, trying to shoot YouTube videos. And YouTube videos are not hard, it's just that I have to edit because I cough, I sniffle, I do all of that while I'm filming. I say things. I start talking about one thing and go into another. And I hate that. When I listen to myself, I was like, what were you talking about? Woo! But you know, it's making me better because now I think about it. Like I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought twice and I still went back to it. Sometimes I don't go back because I wait to hear, did you go back to it? Nope, you didn't go back to it. You got to delete it because I'll just start talking. Hey, let me tell you. And then I'll be like, you know what? You can't do that. You can't do that. You know? So I told my coworker, I said, I can only imagine what I sound to you. You don't know till you record yourself. You don't know. Sometimes I pronounce words. I'm like, girl, no, they're not going to hear that. They're not going to hear that. We need education to accomplish certain goals. I tell my students, depending on what you want to do when you're grown or older, as far as career is concerned, then you need an education. It's no field of study that we're going to be able to go into that we don't need an education as far as career is concerned, right? And having a career in something, and trade is fine. I'm not talking about that's a career too, but it is schooling for trades. Okay, whether you do a 2-year, it's still school. You got to be able to take tests to get to where you want to go. If you want to move up in a company, there's some level that you're going to have to do something different to get to next level. And you take everything that you learn from school, and you apply it. Do we need all the classes that we take? Probably not. Could it be done different? Probably so. But let me just tell you about changing things. They start changing how they teach our little elementary school kids, and when they get to me, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. They can't even multiply. You said, oh, we don't need to memorize. I memorize my multiplication tables, and I know them. They use boxes and squares and they don't know them. So please tell me why we want to keep changing stuff. Girl, I'm at 18 minutes. Let me get off here. I don't even know what I'm doing. I haven't talked on this thing for too long. So let me get off here. So I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to work so I can make our weekly video. So don't forget to check that out. See ya.